Hi guys, a lot of people were asking me how to craft Fizzbos in 3.19. There have been a lot of changes in Harvest, so it's way harder to get the suffixes, but it's also way cheaper to get a fracture now because we have it here in the bench, and we can just spam it for like, below 3 divines, the total cost. So I'm gonna show you step by step how to make it. The first step is to alteration spam for 2 arrows, or you can just buy a base. If you look at the market, these bases go for about 2 divines. If you alteration spam it yourself, it's way cheaper. And once you have your base, as an example, I have this here, you want to augment, regal, and just craft a random mod so that we can have 4 mods. And when we have 4, you can craft a better mod than this if you want. Like double damage, maybe it's a good one. If you want to like fracture, if you can like get a 50-50 or getting something usable. But yeah, let's say you want to fracture this. You buy 10,000 wild crystallized life forge and 1 of the sacred crystallized life force. And this is about 2.6, 2.7 divines at the time of recording the video. So it's not that expensive. And it's a 1 in 4 chance. So the total cost is going to be a bunch of alterations plus 2.7 times 4. So it's below 15 divines to just make one yourself. Or you can just go on the market and buy one. They're overpricing a little bit. They're about 28 divines right now. If you make it yourself, you're gonna spend about half probably. But yeah, once you have your fracture base, like this, let's say you have 2 arrows. We go in the suffixes and we have additional arrows, 2, and then we have it fractured. Okay, the next step that we want to make is make it rare. And we want to essence spam until we get a good hybrid roll. It's similar to all the other Fizzbos that we crafted in the past. The prefixes are exactly the same. You want to get at least tier 3, but I recommend going for at least tier 2. It takes a bunch of essences and they're fairly expensive, but this is like the most efficient way, I believe. But yeah, anything above tier 3 is usable. The build that I have in game is tier 3. I got pretty unlucky on the essences, so I just kept T3. But then I got really lucky on the suffixes, which is the real hard part of the craft. And let's say we go on Craft of Exile, and I'll show you how to do it. You just spam essences of Contempt. And you want to spam until you hit hybrid. Let's say that I hit it, just to simulate it. But it's going to take you 200 plus essences on average. Let's say I hit at least tier 3 hybrid, and we go here, prefixes, mod pool, physical damage accuracy hybrid. Let's say I hit T2 after 500 on average. Let's say I hit T2, which is what I recommend keeping, T2 or above. And let's say we didn't hit this because that's unethical. It's too lucky. And when we're at this step, what we want to have is 1 open prefix and 1 open suffix. So let's say we got unlucky and the bow is full. The only option that we have is annulling. And we want 1 open prefix. We want the essence fizz, the hybrid fizz, and then open prefix. And then 1 open suffix. So if we get unlucky, let's say, and we annul one of the good mods, which is either the flat fizz or the hybrid fizz, we have to annul. Or if there's like a mod on the prefixes, let's say we have like a plus level of gems, we could craft on a suffix cannon roll attack mods and safely annul it. So if we go here and we go in crafted mods and we do cannon roll attack mods, if this does not have an attack tag, we can safely annul the mod. And sometimes it's going to remove the cannon roll attack mods, but it will never annul the fizz. So sometimes it removes the cannon roll, but like as you can see, it will never annul the fizz. As you can see here, socketed gem is a 50-50 to remove socketed gems and cannon roll attack. So as long as the third mod is not attack tag, so there's a +2 gems, +1 gem, and that's pretty much the only 2 outcome. Oh wait, that's the only outcome. Yeah, you could do this if you happen to have +1 gem. In every other case, you have to raw annul and be lucky. Okay, once you have at least 1 suffix and 1 prefix open, what you want to do is craft the prefix cannot be changed, and we're gonna go in Isling. Now we want to hit Isling prefix, and we want to unveil percent fizz. If we don't get a prefix, let's say we got unlucky and we hit a suffix instead, we keep it in prefix. Okay, give me a suffix, please. Okay, dude. Okay, we got a suffix. Let's say we hit a suffix, we can just unveil it, anything random, and then we have to restart again. We do prefix gonna be changed, scour to remove the suffixes, and then prefix gonna be changed again, and Isling, and until we get a prefix. Once we have a prefix, it's pretty much guaranteed that we get at least one fizz damage mod, because there's 4 different tiers of fizz damage, and any of them is fine. You just want the fizz damage here. The secondary bonus doesn't really matter that much. Blind is nice, I guess, if you get that. And once we have the prefixes done, the expensive part begins. It's not really hard, but it's just expensive because we will need to use the new augments speed mod. We need to do the add a speed modifier, which is a lot of crystallized life force, right? And we cannot use reforges anymore because we don't have reforge key prefixes. And since we don't have reforge key prefixes, if we do a reforge, let's say we do prefix cannot be changed and we do a reforge speed, right? If we do reforge speed and we get unlucky and we get full suffixes, it can break the item. So if you want to take a risk, you could reforge speed and pay way less and just get lucky, lol. Or if you want to do it the safe way, you augment speed and you do prefix cannot be changed, scour if you get a bad mod that you don't want. So we remove all the suffixes, we keep the prefix, remove the suffixes, and then we do prefix cannot be changed, and we do augment speed. And to hit the mods that we want, to get at least tier 2 attack speed, it's a 1 in 9. And this step takes about 7.5 divines every time, because it is 2 divines to craft this, plus scour, plus 2 divine to craft it again, and then the augment, which is probably like 4. And if you get projectile speed, you have to do it again. So it's a 1 in 9, and the cost for every step is like over 7 divines. So in this patch, the start of the bow is way cheaper, but the ending, which are the suffixes, it's way more expensive. And if we check on Awaken Pure Trade, check for other bows like mine has 707 PDPS with good attack speed, good crit. They go for like 100 divines just because of the suffixes. They're so hard to hit. And also the last step, you also can get the enchant on the implicit using the iced enchant orbs. And they're also really expensive, so it's up to you if you want to spend that much. But yeah, you want to keep going until you do prefix cannot be changed, scour. If you're in this step, when you have prod speed and prefix cannot be changed, you want to scour and get rid of it. And then you do prefix cannot be changed, reforge speed, augment speed again. And if you get unlucky, get prod speed, you have to start over. So you can see how this gets expensive quickly. Prefix cannot be changed, and augment speed, prod speed again. I got lucky on my boy, got it on first try, but some people take multiple tries. Like, it can be really bad. So, I misclicked. Prefix cannot be changed, speed. Okay, I got lucky now after how many? Like number 7. So on average, I spent like, what, 50 divines? Yeah, I think it took like 7. So about 50 divines to get this. And the average after 7 should be around T2 to T3. Yeah, after 5 it's T3 speed. After 9 is T2. And if you want it T1, it's 18 on average. So getting 18 is really, really unlikely. And when you're done with this, usually what you want to do is craft crit chance plus an attribute, because most builds that are going to be using bows want some attribute, some kind of attributes, because a lot of people are using Omni nowadays. Strength and int. If you're not Omni, strength and int is just good for getting enough attributes, and it's a good tier of crit too. It's 24%, up to 25%. You can just recraft it. If you want to divine the bow to be better, what you can do is divine the prefixes until they're pretty good. 70, 73, 133. You can divine the prefixes separately until they're pretty good. 27, this might take a while. Okay, this is the prefix, this is not that good. 69, okay, this is all pretty low on the flat. Okay, this is decent. Yeah, this is decent roll. Okay, once you divine the prefixes, what you can do is prefix cannot be changed as usual. This is an extra 2 divines. If you want to do it, it's up to you. I would only recommend doing this if you've got a really, really good bow, like T2 or T1 with T1 attack speed. And then you can divine the attack speed separately. See, the prefixes don't get touched because we have the prefix cannot be changed blocking it. And we can only divine the attack speed separately. And then we go here on the crafted suffixes and we just recraft over and over until we get the perfect tier of crit chance with attributes. We can just recraft it on the bench over and over. We want 25% crit with 24 attributes. And you can just keep doing it until it's perfect. The last thing, you don't want to link your bow before using the iced orbs, the enchants, because they have an option that can unlink your bow. So if you want to use tempering orbs, which are extremely expensive right now, they're about 2.5 divines each. If you want to use tempering orbs and trying to get if you want to try to get a good enchant like the bow that Grimro has, physical modifiers have increased effect, which will make the bow extremely strong, but it's also really expensive. You don't want to link it before, you want to link it after you're done with the enchant, because it can remove some of your sockets and unlink your bow and you just waste your 6 link. And also make sure you 30% quality it on a fizz bow. It's huge. And that's pretty much it, I think. I think I covered everything. That's pretty much it, and thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.